Hey y'all. Hi.
Hey, let me do the intro.
Oh, my bad.
Okay. Hey everybody, it's Tay with the Slay, and yes, the is spelled with an A. Welcome to my channel, and thank you for tuning into my video. Don't forget to subscribe to me and to like and comment on my videos and to hit the notification bell so that you can know when I post. So today we have a special guest who is very excited to be here. And you gonna tell her your name?
All right. Hey y'all. My name is Yukila.
So today, well, for one, I made this page because y'all know, if you watch my first video, I mentioned this. If you haven't, I'm gonna put the link here so that you can watch it. But in my first video, I mentioned that I wanted to make a YouTube page for one reason. That don't make sense what I just said. Cut. Okay, so I'm back. Yeah, the reason that I made this channel is because I wanted to highlight my college experience, and I wanted to upload content that might be helpful to someone who is looking for help or looking for advice and they can't find it elsewhere. Hopefully you can come to this page and find whatever you're looking for. And I also mentioned in my first video that I'm going to Winston-Salem State University, but one thing that I did not mention is that I got a full ride merit scholarship to Winston-Salem State University. Thank you.
That's my turn.
So today I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple of steps, and getting ready, with choosing schools or applying for scholarships and stuff like that. And I invited Yukila to talk to you too, because she got a full ride scholarship to Elon University, and your scholarship is called?
It's called the Odyssey Scholars Program. And so basically it's myriad of different types of scholarships, but the program itself meets 100% of your financial need. And so while some people have full rides, others don't, but it's solely based off of what you can contribute. And so by that I mean, let's say your family can only contribute $1,000 to the tuition, room and board, any of that. So Odyssey will pay up into that $1,000, and that's going based off of your FAFSA and your caregivers' tax returns and stuff like that. But basically, it's a program that makes Elon University affordable.
This sounds pretty good, doesn't it? But yeah, and my scholarship is just whatever FAFSA doesn't cover. That's what my scholarship is supposed to cover, but it doesn't cover some things like insurance. I think that might be it, and maybe personal expenses, like stuff that I had to buy myself. And there's also another scholarship that Winston-Salem State offers to incoming freshmen, and that's the Provost Scholarship. And the Provost is a partial scholarship. So if anybody has any questions about the Chancellor or the Provost, just let me know. And if you have any questions about the Odyssey, let
Elon,
let me know, and I'll let her know. Yes. Or I can add your social media somehow.
Okay, she'll put the information down.
So yeah, we're gonna give you 5 steps to get ready to choose colleges and to prepare yourself for going to school.
Yes.
So
I'm about to give y'all step 1.
Yeah, step 1 is to start early, okay? Because high school goes by super fast. You think you got 4 long years to think about what you want to do, and you don't. High school felt like it was 10 minutes. I barely remember anything from high school.
You wake up, they say, you graduating. Like,
exactly.
It really do go by fast.
Yeah, so start early. And like for me, I knew for sure when I was in 8th grade what school I wanted to go to, and that was Winston-Salem State University. So I started thinking about that early. And when you do that, you should also think about your interests and things like that early, so that you can figure out which schools you would like to go to. Find, like, if you don't have a school in mind, you can think about your interests or what you want to major in, and then you could find a school that way that might offer your major.
So yeah, no, you basically said it for the most part. It's just like start early, like as soon as possible. Like Tay was saying, like it really do go by fast. Like those 4 years, you think you got all the time in the world, and next thing you know, like you doing your senior project, your SATs, like coming around the corner. It's time to apply for scholarships. So yeah, like once you start looking early and stuff, and she pretty much said it all. Just start looking at schools early to begin with. Like once you get like even the smallest idea of like what you think you want out of your college experience, and just go from there and look and see what schools have to offer, because each school is unique.
So with that being said, she mentioned SAT in the first step. So step 2 is to make sure that you take the SAT or the ACT, or you know, whichever one of those tests you want to take. Make sure that you take them seriously the first time, because I took the SAT and the ACT the first time. I was like, I'm just taking it to get into college, and I score high enough to get into college. But then after I thought about it, I'm like, I didn't score high enough to get some of the scholarships that I would like to apply for. So after that, I did SAT prep, which really helped. My score went up over 100 points just from doing SAT prep. So you should also find out if the SAT or the ACT works better for you, and then choose that test, you know, when you're trying to apply for colleges or when you're trying to apply for scholarships, and take it seriously.
Yes, like just going back to the first one we were saying, start early. Like once you find schools, or like it helps to start early, because it's like you don't want to find a week before this application's due that you were supposed to take the ACT, but you only took the SAT, or like, you know, you need like 10 extra points or something to meet the requirement for a scholarship. So if you just start looking early and then actually taking them seriously, then you'll be good. And like for those people who say they aren't test takers, or like really good test takers like I am, like I know I'm a slow test taker as well, just keep in mind that the SAT and the ACT, like all of that is just practice. Like Tay was saying, she studied real hard and got hers up over 100 points. Like all you need to do is really find that time to take it seriously, find that time to study and practice, because that's all it is just learning how to take a test quickly and efficiently and stuff like that, and then you'll do a good job. But you definitely need to take it serious.
Yeah, and take your GPA and your class rank serious too, because some scholarships will look at that stuff to determine if you're eligible for the scholarship or not, because I know mine did. Yeah,
like they look into all of that. My school, personally, my high school that I graduated from, we didn't have class rank. So if your high school doesn't have class rank, then don't really worry about that. But at the end of the day, like, we hate to say it, but numbers do matter. Like, as much as people be saying like, oh, it really doesn't matter, and like, yeah, 10 years from now it's not gonna matter, but it's gonna take that stuff serious. Because if you wanna graduate school with no debt, then you need to put in the work now, so you don't have to worry about it later. So yeah.
So y'all, basically this is gonna be 4 steps. I know I mentioned 5 earlier if y'all was paying attention, but yeah, it's just gonna be 4 because I kind of mixed step 1 and 2 together by accident. But it's okay.
It's okay. It still makes sense. Just the number of the steps is off. That's all.
Yeah. So step 3 is to make sure that you start touring schools early, because yeah, when you start touring schools, you get a feel of the atmosphere. And let's say you have your mind really set on one school, but that school does not offer your major. If you went to tour other schools, you might be like, well, I like the atmosphere at this school better, even though it's not my first choice. You know, I liked it here. So yeah, you have options, like she said. And also, touring schools helps you to learn about the scholarships that they have. Like when I went to tour Winston-Salem State University, that's how I learned about the merit scholarships that they have for the incoming freshmen. Because at my school, they didn't really tell us about that stuff. They told us about scholarships, but it was mostly for PWIs and stuff. The only HBCU they told us about was Fayetteville State University. And to go further into depth about Fayetteville State University, they have a scholarship for North Carolina. They have a scholarship for North Carolina early college students, where basically it's a full ride and it lasts for 2 years, because you know, once you graduate from the early college, you're usually going to have your associate's degree, and it will take just about 2 years to get your bachelor's after that. So if anybody has a question about the Fayetteville State University scholarship. Y'all, this car finna hit us. But yeah, if anybody has a question about that scholarship, then you can hit me up on my social media and ask whatever you need to know, and I promise you I'll get back to you. And if there's anything I can't answer, then I do have a friend who got that scholarship as well, so she could also help you. Just let me know if you're interested. Right. You want to add anything?
No, well, yeah, kind of just what she was saying. It's just like you want to look at the atmosphere, and like also sometimes like there's only so much information you can find on the website and stuff like that. And so going to the school, feeling out the atmosphere, and like talking to actual students there, you can learn so much. Like I know for me, there was this one program I was interested in, but I didn't know that I could do my scholarship program and that as well, and so I ended up not applying to that. But like if I would have went to the school or talked to somebody that went there, I would have known, and then I could have applied. And so like you get to ask a lot more questions than you would be able to ask on like a website or something like that. And then atmosphere really does make a difference.
The last step, last but not least, step 4.
What?
Quattro. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Yeah. I forgot how to count in French.
I was counting in Spanish.
Yeah, she takes Spanish, I take French. So
I'm trying to learn Spanish. It's sad I can't say the number 4.
Yeah, I forgot what 4 was in French.
But yeah, step 4 is to start applying for colleges early. Like I said, with the first step, start early.
Please start early.
Yeah, start applying early so that way you can get your acceptance letters earlier. It's like early admission.
Yes, it's early decision and then early action. And so early decision, you basically, that's bonding, and by that it's like if I get accepted, I'm going. Like I've made my decision. Early action is where you just apply early and you get it back like a few months, which can also like help you in your decision making if you already know it beforehand. But like I would advise because some schools only have early decision, if you not sure that you want to go there with all your heart, I would not do that, because it is bonding and you can get out of it, but that also can, like, I've heard that it can affect like your admissions with other places. Like schools will probably talk about it and be like, oh, well, they were supposed to go here, but then they said they didn't want to.
It can.
So only apply to early decision if you
know that you want to go to that school.
Exactly. But I would definitely recommend, like, if you just want to see your options beforehand, which is a good thing to do early action. Like, yeah, you got to turn stuff in a couple months early, but it pays off to see your options and get everything early.
Yeah, and start that way. You can also maybe apply for scholarships early. If you already get accepted into the schools, you can be like, well, they offer this. Oh, and every school will not offer that. Like, you don't have to apply for scholarships.
Yeah,
like for instance, like with UNC Greensboro, I applied there and they gave me a scholarship, but I didn't have to apply for it. You do not apply for scholarships there. They just decide whether they want to give you the money or not. So it's some schools that are like that too.
Right. And like she was saying about UNCG, I will say, and this is from personal experience, like their early action is like December 1st. Apply way before December 1st. So I don't mean like do November 20th or anything like that. Do like August, September, because their scholarships are first come, first serve basically. So like you need to go ahead and apply for them, because I applied early action, but it was like I think a week or so before the deadline and stuff, and like they give scholarships on a rolling basis. So even though it's say by December 1st, apply way before so that you can get your scholarships and stuff like that. But that's for anybody who's interested in UNCG. I'm not familiar with any other schools that do it like that, but yeah,
so that was step 4. So with that being said, and with those 4 steps that are in no particular order, except the most important thing is to start early. So yeah, if you don't get a full ride scholarship, do not be discouraged. You can apply for outside scholarships, and sometimes people get outside scholarships, and combined with FAFSA, it covers the cost of their education entirely.
Definitely.
And also, you know, if your scholarships, sometimes if they exceed the cost of attendance, you can get a refund check. Y'all, I don't know if y'all can hear that. It distracted me. But yeah, it's this man. He out here rolling. But yeah, anyways, don't be discouraged. And if you get more, if your scholarships exceed the cost of attendance, you can get them back as a refund check. I don't know if it works like that for every school, but that's the way that I've heard it.
Yeah.
And also you can get outside scholarships that are given straight to you and not to the school, so that you can spend them on personal expenses, like maybe for your room or whatever you need it for. So yeah, look for stuff like that too.
Definitely.
And if there's anything that I didn't cover in this video, just let me know. Hit me up on social media and I can make another video to answer questions that might be helpful to you guys.
And kind of going off of what Tay was saying about outside scholarships and having them read stuff to you, read the fine print, because some would definitely tell you if they gonna just send it to your university or if they gonna give it to you. And like, I know for my scholarship, like, it's best to get scholarship checks written to us, because like I said, that if my scholarship program see that you have extra money, then they gonna like take away what they're giving to make up for that gap. So like, yeah, just make sure you understand fully what scholarship programs are doing, and like make sure you understand what the scholarships are that you are applying for, so that way you know if you need that check to come to you and stuff like that. Oh my god,
y'all, people kids is bad.
Yeah.
Like, my mama would never, like, I wouldn't even act up because I would get snatched up. Like, my mama don't play. And that's on period. Like, not having it.
Right. But
I know y'all heard it. I don't know if y'all heard it. People out here screaming.
I'm confused.
I'm sorry, y'all. We had to record. The lighting is great.
Wow. But yeah, if y'all want, feel free to ask me any questions anywhere, like, as well, because like I said, I go to a PWI. Tay's going to an HBCU, so like, the experiences could be a little bit different, or just like the application process. Also, I will add that my school is a private school while WSSU is a public school, so that can also play a role into certain things. So if y'all have any questions, let Tay know to let me know, or like if she puts my social media in there, just hit me up. And yeah, that's it. All right, y'all.
And thanks for coming to Slate with Tay, and stay tuned because we gonna get into some things, okay? And I'll see y'all next time.
Bye, y'all.